Adonai Shmochem Karoi Shmores Avshech Adonai Shmores Yisrobiacho Mi'ato B'Yahad Oilom. Some tzedakah, my friends, and let us delve into the Dvar Torah right away. As the Rebbe writes in Yom Yom, the Parshas Lech Lecha is a freiliche Parsha. Parshas Lech Lecha is a happy moment, a happy Parsha. Why? The beginning, last week we had about a flood. This week we're having the appearance of Avraham Avinu. Avraham Avinu, our first patriarch. Torah starts with the words Lech Lecha Me'artzecha. By the way, those two words, Lech Lecha, are probably the most important two words since creation. And we'll see why. But first of all, let us realize something here. When is this Lech Lecha exactly happening? When is this that God is saying to Avraham Avinu, leave, time for a new journey, time for a new adventure, for progress, change? Avraham Avinu was at that time 75 years old. Nothing mentioned about his previous achievements. He had quite a CV, a revolutionary par excellence. He transformed the landscape of humanity. No mention, nothing. All that we see is a kind of a footnote of history. And what the Torah says at the end of last week's parasha, it tells us that Terach was 70 years old when Avraham Avinu was born, and he had two brothers, he had Nachor and Haran. And then it says that Haran passed away while his father was still alive. Where? In his birthplace, in the city of Ur Kasdim. Then we talk about the wedding of Avram. Sarah was barren, and Terach took his son Avram. They left Ur Kasdim, and they came to Canaan, they came to Haran, and that's it. That's all we know about 75 years of accomplishment of Avraham Avinu. We know that it says Avraham Avinu Begaya Gerim. Avraham Avinu was a revolutionary. We know the story. What happened was, his father was an idol craftsman, not just an idol worshipper. And Avraham Avinu was a thinking boy, according to some, was at the age of 3, others said the age of 40. But as a young man, he started questioning the whole society. He wasn't afraid of going against the current of society. And he started questioning the beliefs of society. When his father put him in charge of his shop, of his idol shop, while there, it says a woman came in and she made an offering of flour to one of those idol gods. And Avraham Avinu started talking to these gods that Terach formed, crafted, and no response. So he decided he just beheaded them all. And he put the axe into the hand of the biggest one. And when his father came in, he saw what happened over here, total destruction. His entire world caved in. His entire business and world and belief, everything was destroyed. And he figured that this could only be his son Avraham, who has some different ideas than what he taught him. And he brought him to the strongman of the time, Nimrod, who was king, the powerful individual, who was an idol worshiper, and he turns to Avraham and he says, I want you to bow in front of the God of fire. And God said, but fire, Avraham Avinu said, that fire is not so powerful. Rain could extinguish it. So bow to the God of rain. So Avraham Avinu says, but rain is also could be pushed away by the clouds. Bow to the God of clouds. And so on and so forth, till Avraham Avinu pointed out, there's only one God. So Nimrod took Avraham Avinu, threw him in a burning furnace, and let's see if your God is going to protect you. And indeed he protected him. Haran, a younger brother who was on the fence, saw that Avraham was being saved. He also jumped into the flame. But unfortunately, he did not jump in with faith. He jumped in with realizing nothing happened to Avraham, nothing will happen to him. And he was consumed. So this is just part of Avraham Avinu's life. None of this is mentioned. 75 years of changing, of influencing the world. Nothing, just a footnote. All it starts is with the parsha of today, of this week's words, Lech Lecha. And as I said earlier, the two most important words since creation. Why is that? What is the meaning of it? So you know what, friends, instead of discussing it, let's just say Lech Lecha. Let's all go into the Beis HaMikdash. Let's go forward, move into the Beis HaMikdash, and we'll meet over there. Avraham, Yitzchak, Yaakov, Sarah, Rivka, Rachel, and Leah. We'll meet all our patriarchs, our matriarchs. But if Chas v'Shalom, God forbid, not yet, tomorrow we will continue on the subject. In the meantime, rendezvous at the main entrance of the Beit HaMikdash.